I've wanted to direct this play for quite a while. I first came across it when I was working as a drama teacher, and one of my A-level theatre studies students handed me a copy. The students, they had to find play extracts that they could perform for their drama exam, and part of my job was to vet the scripts and approve them. I'd never heard of the play before, but when I started to read the script, I just couldn't put it down. I thought it was one of the most perfectly written plays I'd read for a long time. Play reading, it can sometimes be a bit of a chore. They're much harder to read than novels because all you've got to go on are lines of dialogue. You have to imagine the set, the costumes, the lighting, sound, what the actors look like. It can be hard work. But reading Rabbit Hole for the first time was not. It read so easily. The situations, the characters were so compelling, the dialogue was so believable, it was touching, funny in places. It seemed to me to be a gift of a script. I remember agreeing with my drama students that this was a good play to do an extract from. So my student, she worked with another girl and boy from the class, and they did a couple of scenes from the play for their exam, and all of them got full marks and top grades with it. And ever since then, I thought how good it would be to do a full production of the play with actors who were the right ages for the parts, actors in their mid-30s rather than 18-year-olds. And so I'm very excited to finally have this wonderful opportunity to direct the play at Incogs this July. I've got a very gifted and hard-working cast and a tremendous creative team, and I feel really honoured to have been given this opportunity. So the play is essentially a love story. It's about a young couple, middle class, hard-working, intelligent, decent, living in a suburb of New York in the early years of the 21st century. They seem to have the almost perfect life, but we learn in the first couple of scenes that their lives have been ripped apart by a sudden and overwhelming event which happened 8 months before the play begins. This has had a devastating effect on their relationship. They're now awkward, tense, distant with each other. Neither seems to be able to understand what the other one is going through, and they appear to be drifting further and further apart. However, over the course of the play, we see them starting to grow back together in the face of almost insurmountable odds. And this makes it a hopeful, optimistic, and in the end, inspiring play. This all sounds very somber. There are 3 other characters who inject further drama and sometimes even comedy into the proceedings. We've got the sister of the main character, a rather wild, wacky, wayward woman called Izzy, who gets into bar fights and seems completely chaotic. We've also got Nat, the mother of the 2 women. Loud, overbearing, alcoholic, inclined to say the wrong thing at the wrong time. And then we have a young high school student who intrudes on the family at an inopportune moment and could be said to be partly responsible for their current situation. With his arrival, the drama ratchets up another gear. I love American theatre, and this play is in the great tradition of Tennessee Williams, Arthur Miller, Eugene O'Neill. Like so much of their work, it's a terrific play about a family. And also, as in so many of their plays, it's full of big emotions. These characters, they're not afraid to let rip and go full throttle when they need to, and that makes for explosive drama. At the same time, it's very much a 20th century piece. It's more concise, more pared down, slimmer than the great American plays of the mid-20th century. But as well as being a play with big emotional climaxes, I hope the audiences will find themselves laughing unexpectedly sometimes, just at those moments when they might be expecting to feel sad or upset. The playwright, David Lindsay Abaire, is highly regarded in the States, perhaps less well known here, And if you're worried that the play sounds too serious, I should tell you that he also wrote Shrek the Musical. So he certainly knows how to keep an audience entertained and amused. So, if you would like a touching, at times heartbreaking, evening in the theatre with some surprisingly funny moments, do come along and see our production of Rabbit Hole.